The Bird movie? Yeah, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I got kids, so.
Yeah. Yeah, my girlfriend's never watched it.
Oh.
What a ball.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Damn.
Bro,
She's
that
never
was
watched
the
it.
I was surprised. I was.
craziest
Like, am I
pass.
on?
I thought you were way off.
I'm genuinely mind blown.
Yeah,
That Tiki Taka
too,
pass. How's it going, guys? This is Lesky back with another FC24 Clubs player build, and this time it's going to be a custom build that I just wanted to try out in the midfield. It's listed as a center mid, and I named it Tiki Taka. It's similar to an Iniesta Xavi style build where you're a little bit on the smaller side, listed at 5'8", and then the weight I went for is 119 pounds. You can go all the way down to 99 pounds if you'd like. This will help get the acceleration up as well as improve some of the dribbling attributes. And this build is crazy good with the passing ability. I'm focusing on upgrading the short passing ability, basically maxing out the short passing on this build. And then we also have very good curve, long passing, and vision, as well as dribbling attributes. And then with the Tiki Taka Plus playstyle and the Pinged Pass Plus playstyle, they're a great combo, and you can make some nice passes with this build and just control the midfield with possession. So I really enjoyed using this build, and it's definitely a fun midfield build to give a try, and I think a lot of you guys will enjoy it as well, especially if you have two of y'all on this build in the midfield. You can work a bunch of Tiki Taka combinations, do some Tiki Taka triangle passes with like your attacking mid or another midfielder, a winger, whatever it may be, the striker, and you really can get some nice, beautiful football plays with this build. And that's kind of what we were doing for a good amount of the games. I had one of my teammates also using this exact build, exactly like me, but I think he was listed as a left-footed player on the left center mid position, and I was right-footed, right center mid position, and we were able to score some nice goals and get a lot of build-up play and feed our striker and get some assist. So let's take a look at some of these highlights. That's so good. That is so good.
Still got it.
Oh, dime. To your feet. No, you're the best finisher I've ever seen in my life.
Pretty good, man.
Crap. Wow.
Ooh.
I thought he was gonna follow
You got it?
Rush, and you would have been.
You got a rush?
Bro, the 97 short passing on this build is insane with those little just over the tops. Oh, that is beautiful.
Back.
I had to cancel that. Damn.
Got him. He just lost.
So funny.
You should have been able to see the power of the Pinged Pass Plus and the Tiki Taka Plus on this build. It's such an underrated combo, and for a while I've wanted to try a build with these two playstyles, and now I finally got to this video for you guys. So I wouldn't really suggest trying a different plus on this build because I made this build with these two pluses in mind. The Pinged Pass Plus playstyle says passes travel much faster along the ground without impacting the trapping difficulty of the receiver. And our passes, when we were doing just ground passes, just A passes with the Tiki Taka on top of the Pinged Pass Plus, our passes are like laser beams. And you really do notice that last part where it says it doesn't affect the trapping difficulty for your receiver. We had our striker up top who was using my Drogba build, which I think has first touch on it, which definitely might have helped. But even if he didn't have it on it, I feel like his touches were just perfect and he was able to just transition to a dribble easily. And I think a big part of that was because of this Pinged Pass Plus. Keep in mind though, I don't think the Pinged Pass Plus works on first time ground passes. It'll work on pretty much all your A passes on Xbox, just those ground A passes on Xbox or X passes on PlayStation. But if it's a first time pass, I don't believe it will kick in. That's when the Tiki Taka works. But then also, if you want that Pinged Pass Plus to pop over your head, like the actual logo, then you want to utilize those driven ground passes, the RBAs on Xbox or the R1Xs on PlayStation, or those driven through ground passes, I think is what they're called. And this year, in order to do that. It's LBRBY on Xbox and L1R1 triangle on PlayStation. And those passes are actually really good, and I wanted to try them out and test them out because I haven't really done very many of those passes this year. But with the Pinged Pass Plus, it will make them more accurate and just better overall. And then Tiki Taka says it executes difficult first-time ground passes with even greater accuracy using back heels when contextually appropriate. Short distance ground passes are exceptionally accurate, and you can definitely notice going from a build without any of these play styles, with no passing play styles, and then switching to this build with the high passing attributes and then both of these pluses on. It's a big difference, and you can definitely connect a lot more of your passes, and you can make passes that you really don't think you would be able to make. Now for the rest of the play styles that I had on this build, I have incisive pass and long ball pass, so pretty much almost all the passing play styles except for whipped pass. And then first touch, when I originally made this build, I had flare instead of first touch just to help improve the fancy passes that I might make. But I just feel like first touch is just such a good play style, especially in the midfield where you're going to get on the ball a lot. Just being able to transition to dribbling faster is very helpful. So I put first touch on instead of flare, but you also could put flare, rapid, or technical. Rapid might not be the most important, but technical would be pretty good. And then for the other ball control play style, I have press proven, which is my favorite play style in the game. It'll just give you that close control when left sticking at jog speed, and then it'll also help with being able to shield opponents in the midfield using the left trigger to put or bump people off of you and just retain possession of the ball, especially with a smaller build like this. Having press proven with the good dribbling, the high agility, and decent balance, it does feel pretty nice. And then the last two play styles I have is quick step, just to make this build feel a little bit faster and you can cover even more ground. And then Trivela, because I do like to make a lot of Trivela passes and even Trivela shots. But say you don't really make a lot of Trivela passes, then I'd suggest maybe going for Relentless instead, just to have that extra stamina in the midfield so you can run all over the pitch. That will be clutch as a center mid. Or go for another ball control play style like technical, flare, rapid. Potentially you could go a defensive play style if you'd like. We just don't have any upgrades on the defensive page, and I wouldn't really suggest a shooting play style. We don't have the greatest of shooting attributes, but I guess if you wanted to go one, I would go finesse shot. It's time to take a look at the skill tree on this Tiki Taka center mid. And I maxed out the pace. We have 87 acceleration and 88 sprint speed. For the shooting page, really all I wanted to get was a 5-star weak foot, so you don't have to worry about which foot you are passing with and then even shooting with. So I got this weak foot right here on the left. We'll have 75 shot power, which isn't the greatest. And then on the right side, we're getting all of these finishing icons to get it up to 80 finishing and then getting this 5-star weak foot. You don't necessarily have to go for this +3 finishing, but it does make it look a little bit nicer having that 80 finishing. If you want, you could put those skill points really anywhere else you want on the build. Now for passing, like I said at the beginning of the video, I maxed out the short passing on this build. So it is currently at 97, getting all of these short passing icons. And then we have the architect archetype, and then we even have 90 long pass. I got both of these long pass icons that get that up to 90, and then 91 vision. Then on the left, I'm getting these 3 curve icons, so we do have pretty good curve on this build at 87. And then the 82 crossing isn't great, but I did get, I think, an assist at least with a cross with this build. But as a center mid, I think crossing is the least important of all these passing attributes. The dribbling on this build is solid. We have 90 agility, maxing out the agility, getting the Maestro archetype, 89 dribbling, 80 balance, as well as 89 ball control. And then I went for the 5-star skills, but say you only want 4-star skills, you can take this one off right here, and you could potentially upgrade some of the dribbling further, or you could put some of those skill points on maybe upgrading the long passing a bit more, or possibly putting it on like the physical page or the shooting page. There's not like a whole lot of places you can put these extra 5 skill points. I just like using 5-star skills even in the midfield, especially with the build like this where you're shifty. and you're a creative type of midfielder, I like having them. There's no skill points on defending, but if you wanted only 4-star skills on the build, you could put some of those skill points on this page, like getting this +2 interceptions and +2 defensive awareness. It would actually get the interceptions up to 80, which is pretty decent in my opinion. And then you could potentially maybe go 2 skill points on slide tackling, or you could go actually 3 skill points on stand tackle. So you would have 75 stand tackle as well as 80 interceptions and 78 defensive awareness. That is a pretty solid option. The physical attributes for a 5'8", 119-pound center mid are not going to be the greatest. So we have 73 strength, which honestly isn't too bad. 73 jumping, not amazing. You're not going to be winning a whole lot of aerial battles with this build, that's for sure. But on the right side, what I'm going for is getting these 3 stamina icons. So we actually have 91 stamina, and then I wanted to get this reactions upgrade, +4 reactions for 2 skill points to get the reactions up to 89 and at least upgrade the reactions a little bit. So that's going to do it for this Tiki Taka center mid build in FC 24 clubs. Give it a try and let me know what you think of it in the comments. Hit that like button on this video for me, and then don't forget to hit that subscribe button on my channel if you haven't already done so. As always, y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and peace out.